Jason Kelce freezes, eyes wide in disbelief, as Wyatt casually requests a cat resembling his famous Aunt Taylor Swift. The vibe at the start of today's New Heights podcast feels unusually tense. Jason perches in front of the microphone, his face marked by exhaustion and lingering traces of playful chaos from the kids at home. He adjusts his iconic New Heights cap, shifts the headphones just right, and clears his throat with deliberate patience. Jason. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the New Heights podcast. This week's episode is unlike anything we've ever done. So unique, I'm not entirely sure I'm ready to hit record. He lets out a soft laugh, half exasperated, half entertained. Travis is absent. From his usual spot today, replaced by a surprising presence that will thrill the audience. Taylor Swift, rare guest, lounges casually by the bookshelf, clad in a radiant orange sweater, a grumpy gray cat draped in her arms. Jason. Yes, we have a global superstar here today. Not just a superstar, but my daughter's adored aunt. Hello, Taylor. Taylor, smiling warmly, strokes the cat gently. Hi, Jason. Thank you for letting me join. I brought my little one, too. I hope she behaves for everyone. The cat narrows its eyes, silently protesting, clearly unimpressed with this unfolding drama. The studio filled with soft laughter. Jason was about to continue his opening, but suddenly a clear voice cut through, shifting the mood entirely. Wyatt, Jason's daughter, eyes sparkling, voice full of excitement. Daddy, I want a cat just like Aunt Taylor. Jason spun around, startled, and the audience seemed to catch his deep inhale through the microphone. He stared directly into the camera as if sharing this shock with the millions watching. Jason, oh my God, it's happening! Wyatt perched on her father's lap, eyes locked on the cat in Taylor's arms. Her face showed both curiosity and determination, like a tiny judge delivering an unchangeable verdict. Wyatt, Daddy, I want a cat. I want a cat just like Aunt Taylor's. Look at her face. She's so adorable. Jason held his head, shaking it, forcefully as if hoping it was just a trick of the mind. Jason, Wyatt, honey, we discussed getting pets. We already have 2 dogs. 2 large dogs big enough to run marathons in the yard? Do you really think we need a grumpy cat? Taylor laughed softly, stroking the cat in her arms, her tone playful. Taylor, Jason, I believe Wyatt just wants a companion. And I can promise, you cats make amazing friends. They know how to watch, how to show love in their own way. Jason tilted his head, glancing at Taylor, then back at his daughter. Jason, look at his face. Wyatt, he doesn't look affectionate. He looks like he's planning world domination. The studio burst into laughter, but Wyatt stayed serious. She frowned, eyes shining with stubbornness. Wyatt? No, he's cute. Dad always says dogs are cute, but cats are cute too. I want a cat, like Aunt Taylor's. Jason pressed his hand to his forehead, sighing deeply. He leaned toward the microphone, half whispering, half grumbling. Jason, you heard that, folks? My daughter has officially launched a rebellion on this podcast episode. Taylor looked entertained by Jason's struggle. She tilted her head, gently stroked the cat's back, and smiled softly at Wyatt. Taylor? Wyatt? I think you're right. Cats are amazing creatures. Actually, I own 3 cats. Wyatt's eyes sparkled like fireworks. Wyatt? 3. I have 3 cats. Jason almost dropped the microphone. He shouted, Jason, Taylor, what did you just do? Saying 3 cats in front of her is like opening the gates of chaos. Taylor chuckled, her voice calm and casual, as if they were enjoying a quiet afternoon tea together. Taylor? It's the truth, Jason. You can't hide it from your niece. Wyatt jumped up, tiny hands patting her dad's shoulders. Wyatt, Dad, that's not fair. Auntie has 3 cats, and I don't have any. Jason looked up at the ceiling, rubbing his forehead. He spoke to the audience as if begging for help. Jason, I swear this episode should be called How Jason Kelce Lost Control of His Life in 30 Minutes. Wyatt climbed off the couch and stood before her dad, hands on hips, looking like a miniature version of Jason on the soccer field, but with even more determination. Wyatt, Dad, if Aunt Taylor has 3 cats, then I should have at least 1. It's fair, right? Jason stared at his daughter, stunned. Jason, fair. You think life works like whatever your aunt has? You should have 2. If Aunt Taylor had a stage, with 70,000 people screaming her name, would you want that too? Wyatt remained unfazed. Wyatt, yes. The studio burst into laughter once more. Taylor covered her mouth, laughing, eyes sparkling as if savoring every second of the chaos. Taylor? Jason? I think Wyatt has it in her. She's a good negotiator. Jason pointed at Taylor, his voice shaking. Jason? No. No. Don't cheer him on. I'm not the one who's going to clean the litter box. Taylor tilted her head, her voice teasing. Taylor, then you can ask Travis. I'm sure Travis will love having a cat in the family. Jason almost shouted. Jason, no. Don't bring Travis into this. I'm still recovering from him buying Christmas sweaters for the whole family. Part 4? The audience joined in. The live stream was making the chat room explode. Fans were cheering for Wyatt while laughing at Jason's reaction. Some comments were read out loud. Let Wyatt have a cat. Team Wyatt. Jason, you lose. Resistance is futile. Taylor is the queen of persuasion. My condolences. Jason put his head down on the table, lightly hitting his forehead on the microphone. Jason, I hate the internet. I hate everyone who's on its side. Wyatt cheered, clapping her hands. Wyatt, see? Dad, everyone agrees with me. Taylor laughed, ruffling Wyatt's hair. Taylor, you're so good. You know, I think you're going to have a house full of cats one day. Jason raised his head, his face petrified. Jason, a house full of cats? No. Never. Not in my lifetime. Wyatt suddenly turned to the camera, eyes sparkling, voice soft but full of power. Wyatt. Hello, everyone watching. Do you think I deserve a cat? The chat box exploded immediately. Yes, that's right, Wyatt. Cat for Wyatt now. Jason nearly fell off his chair. Jason, did you just ask the internet to support me? Oh my God, this girl has officially outdone Dad. Taylor clapped her hands and laughed, the cat in her arms moving slightly as if in agreement. Taylor, I think Wyatt just won. Jason rested his chin on his hand, looked at his daughter, then at Taylor. He sighed deeply, eyes closing for a moment. Jason? Okay, you win. But let me be clear. Cats are not coming to the house until I have a plan. Okay, I need at least a few years to prepare myself mentally. Wyatt jumped up on the chair, cheering like she had just won a championship. Wyatt, yeah, I'm getting cats. Thanks, Dad. Thanks, Aunt Taylor. Jason slapped his forehead, his voice hoarse. Jason, I can't believe it. I just got knocked out on my own podcast. Ending laughter and helplessness filled the studio. Taylor put the cat down gently on the table, softly rubbing Jason's back. Taylor, you'll be fine, Jason. Cats are fun. Who knows? Maybe they'll even help you relax a little. Jason looked straight into the camera, his eyes full of despair, but also a touch of humor. Jason, if you ever see me doing a podcast with a cat on my shoulder, remember today's episode. This is exactly where it all began. Wyatt laughs, hugging her dad while Taylor beams brightly. The atmosphere in the studio becomes light and cheerful. Cheerful.